It is deal day, where each week we look at a new property in a new market to determine if it makes sense as an investment property. This helps us build repetition, discover new markets, and become better investors. This week, we're going to look at the market of Lansing, Michigan, home of the Michigan State Spartans. Has an international airport, and it is close to Detroit, Michigan. The address that we're going to look at is 226 South Hayford Avenue, Lansing, Michigan, 48912. And this one's listed on Zillow. And we're actually going to deem this property the frat house. And you're going to see why once we go through the pictures a little bit, but you got to stick around. I also want to give a shout out to ST8138 for asking us to do Lansing, Michigan. Thanks a lot. I do look at the comments. So if you have a market that you want us to do, put it down in the comments. All right. We always look at the overall market before we look at the property to make sure that market is viable, that it's growing, that there's nothing that sticks out as red flags. So the market of Lansing, Michigan has a population of 329,000 and it grew 0.61% last year. It's got job growth of 1.3%, which is good. Unemployment of 4.4%, which is higher than the national average of 3.6%, but still not terrible. A median household income of $46,570, kind of low, and a median sales price of $137,000, which has gone up 5.4% year over year. Overall, I'm going to say I like that. It's an overall growing market. Nothing crazy that sticks out as bad. Overall, I give the market a thumbs up. Moving on to the Google Street Test. So if you look here, we're just a normal house in a normal neighborhood. There are sidewalks on both sides of the street, but nothing sticks out as crazy. There's not lots of trash, not tons of cars. This is just a normal street. And if you zoom out even further, because I wanted to actually see what the heck this 4-car garage looks like on this property that you'll see here in a second, you can see it's just normal houses, normal streets. I give it a pass for the Google Street Test.Moving on to the listing. So it's listed for $88,500, pretty low list price. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, single family home. It's 1,125 square feet, so kind of small, and it's built in 1912. For the rehab budget here, I'm gonna allocate about $30 a square foot or $35,000. Here are my rehab suggestions because this house is unique. We're gonna go ahead and give the kitchen a whole facelift. New everything. New countertops, granite of course, new cabinets, stainless steel appliances, getting rid of the orange and repainting the entire area, getting rid of that drop ceiling. We'll go ahead and add LED recessed lights and we'll redo the entire mudroom. It looks pretty disgusting, but it could be a cool feature. We'll replace the cheap accordion doors and we'll install new LVP flooring in what I deem as the wood room, and you'll know why. We'll replace the ceiling that has drop ceiling with drywall, and anywhere where there's the deck, so there's a rooftop deck here, we'll replace the top railing and change it over to Trex to give it a lower maintenance factor over time. Last, we'll fix up the backyard and make it an amazing oasis. It looks really cool. If you see the pergola back there, it could be something that renters or buyers would ooh and ah about, and the normal college frat party, the Hawaiian luau theme would be awesome. So moving on, there are some odd things. Like I said, this is a unique property. There's a super small door that leads to the rooftop deck. It's probably like 4 feet. There's exposed wood for paneling on the ceiling in the loft. There's a 4-car garage in the rear. You don't find that in a normal neighborhood. All in all, you don't normally want to go unique when we talk about investment properties. You don't want some crazy modern Art Deco home, but this one allows us to use our creativity and opens up some options. I think with the right creative person, this could be a passion project and it could really be an awesome property. That's why I chose this one. So moving on to the numbers. Zillow says that rents for this property are somewhere around $1,569 per month. Looking around at comps, I think that's a bit high. I like to go conservative. I'm gonna say this can rent for about $1,450. Taxes on the property were kind of hard to find, so somebody can correct me if I'm way off. I looked at a bunch of properties on Zillow and none of them showed up with taxes. So I had to look at the assessed value of the property, which is $35,000. $45,300 and look at the tax rate of the county, which is 2.6, to come up with a number of $910 in yearly taxes. So moving along to the analyzer, we look at cash flows. And this one, cash flows pretty good. If you purchase it with all cash, do the renovation with all cash, so you're not levered, you don't have a mortgage on the property, this one cash flows about $995 a month or 9.21% on your all-in cost. If you have a loan on the property, it cash flows about $316.80 or 11.73% with leverage. And that is with a 7.5% interest rate. So if it goes down, you're going to have more cash flow. It also has an equity spread because you did the renovation or somebody that you hired did the renovation. So you're building in sweat equity. And I think this property would have about a 15K equity spread if you did a really good renovation on it. So you'll have 15K right there when you sell the property. So moving along, I'm going to go ahead and bless this property as a good investment. I'm going to bless this market as a good market. So thanks for commenting and telling us about this market. And I think that with a conservative approach, I think you get appreciation. I think you get cash flow, and I think you can sit on this as a long-term rental. And I think it's going to be a good investment for somebody. If you got value out of this video, I'd really appreciate it if you give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel. It makes me feel good, makes me feel better about spending time on these videos. Comment down below on the video. Let us know what properties you want to see, what areas you want to see us analyze deals in. And we look forward to helping you on your financial journey, purchasing your first rental property, your second, your 10th, and helping create generational wealth for your family. See you guys.